This slow cooker chicken tortilla soup is one of those recipes you'll want on repeat all year long. It's warm, hearty, and bursting with flavor. And the best part, it practically cooks itself. Serve it with crispy tortilla strips, avocado, and a squeeze of lime for the perfect finishing touch. Let's make it.
I'm just going to quickly go over the ingredients that's needed for this chicken tortilla recipe. Chicken, 2 chicken breasts, that's about a pound right here. Yes, you can cook it frozen. Some crunchy tortillas, crunchy tortillas. A 14 and an ounce can of whole tomatoes. We're going to crush that. So if you want to just buy the crushed ones, you can, but I prefer to buy the whole and then crush it myself. A 10-ounce can of red enchilada sauce, can of corn. You can use frozen if you prefer to use that. Make sure you drain the juice off of this. Some green chilies diced, 4-ounce can, 2 cloves of garlic, 1 bay leaf, some cilantro, some salt, bouillon cube. I've got 1. Some diced onion, about a medium diced onion. Usually I use white onion for this, but what I had in my fridge was red, and red works just as well. So, but if you have a specific preference, I mean, a sweet onion is fine, but typically this recipe will call for a white onion, but the red onion will do as well. Some cilantro and obviously some lime that I'm going to squeeze on top towards the end. So these are the ingredients. Oh, and some salt, and we'll need water, but we all have that. So these are ingredients. Let's get started with our recipe. I'm going to start off by putting the whole tomatoes in here. And I'm just going to use this to mash it. I actually like the way the I get, like, I guess, you know, like not like a chunk of a tomato, but I don't like to use the crush because they're just really crushed when you use the can crushed tomatoes. So I prefer to do it whole and then just kind of mush it to my liking. But if, like, again, if you want to use crushed or diced, that's perfectly fine. Okay. So some of the pieces are just like this. It'll cook down, you know, as this is cooking, it'll definitely break up. All right, and then we're going to add in our chicken. Again, this chicken can be frozen, so just going to lay that in there. This is the 10-ounce can of red chile enchilada sauce. The 4-ounce green chilies. Get all that out of there. The garlic. And the onion. Three cups of water. This is 2 right here. And this is the 3rd cup, so 3 cups of water. Bouillon cube. This is 1 cube. Teaspoon of salt. And teaspoon of chili. Can you see that? Teaspoon of chili and a teaspoon of cumin. I really do like cumin. It's one of my favorite spices. And a teaspoon of chili powder. Let me get that out. Some freshly ground black pepper, about a 1/4 teaspoon. I'm adding in the corn. Now I drained off the juice, so make sure you drain off the liquid. and a bay leaf, and about a tablespoon of chopped cilantro. And just gonna give that a stir. I don't know why every time I film a video, my cat wants to go outside. All right, so that's that. Just turn the crock pot to low. If you're going to let this cook for 7 to 8 hours, cook it on low. If you need this to cook faster, then you turn it on high. But this is going to cook on low for 8 hours. And I'm just going to cover it, and we will be back. So the soup has been cooking for about 5 hours now. The chicken's definitely, I would say that it's done, but I'm gonna let it continue to cook for the remainder time that it needs to cook, probably just 2 more hours. My crock pot cooks a little bit faster than most. To let that chicken get real tender, because I'm just going to shred it and then I'm going to put it right back in there and let it cook for 30 more minutes. So I'm going to give it a couple of more hours, and the soup should be good to go. Well, the chicken should be good to go to shred, and put it back in there and let it cook, and then it should be good to go. I did want to mention also that now would be a good time to give it a taste to see if it's seasoned the way that you like it. If you feel you need to add more salt, pepper, cumin, chili powder, just to give it a taste to see how the flavors are coming together. And that for me is perfect. It probably can use maybe just a little bit more salt, but I tend to lean more on the salty side, so I'm gonna let it be and just add salt to my own bowl so my girls won't think I made the dish too salty. But again, just give it that taste to see if the flavors are coming together the way you like it. And add any seasonings you feel that will make it work for you. It's been 7 hours. The chicken is definitely done. It's ready to be shredded. So I'm just going to remove that, put that on a plate. I'm just going to shred it and put it right back in here. So you don't have to dice it or anything when you put this in the when you cook it initially. It can't cook frozen. You just have to shred it up once it's cooked fully. And just throw it right back in there. It's pretty much done. The soup is pretty much done. All right, the chicken is shredded. I'm going to add this back into the crock pot. Get steam off. And see, those 2 pieces of chicken made a lot of shredded chicken, so that's why I say 1 pound should be enough. But if you want to add a little bit more, you certainly can. Stir that in. Move this in a little closer so y'all can see a little bit better. There we go. Okay. So I'm just gonna let this cook for about 10 more minutes, and then it definitely is done. Just letting those flavors mesh into the chicken. All right, this tortilla soup is officially done. It is ready to serve. The flavors are all combined. It smells divine. So let's scoop some of this out into a bowl. Get ready to serve this. So now we're just going to add a squeeze of lime. We don't need all this lime, just a squeeze of it. Top it off with a little bit of the cheese. Of course, you gotta add cheese. And here's my tostada. I'm just gonna crush it up. You know, if you wanted to add a little bit fresh cilantro to the top of this, you certainly do that. It's delicious. I don't typically add it fresh because I'm not that huge of a fan of cilantro, but I can eat it when it's cooked. So I'll just add a few crushed pieces of the tortilla. Move that out the way. And voila. I think some greenie would be pretty, so some cilantro actually would be really make it look prettier. But this is a delicious quick meal. Well, not a quick meal, but it's a delicious easy meal. You cook it in the crock pot, makes it quick because you can just throw it in there and go about your business. But anyways, thanks so much for watching my video again. Give this a thumbs up. Subscribe again for more videos like this. By Hug by Grandma. Thanks. Bye-bye.